Hello all. 14th of May, birthday of Dr. Milind Rao sir. Rao sir means energy. Rao sir means togetherness. Rao sir means growth. Rao sir means integrity. Rao sir means HHF, that is Hahnemannian Homeo Forum. In HHF, we believe in togetherness, sharing, caring, team efforts. Rao sir's line was, the days of single genius is over. Now you need to work together. Together shall we grow. And this is the tagline of HHF, together shall we grow. And on this wonderful occasion, Rao sir was a mentor, guide, philosopher, friend who have nurtured me and thousands of homeopaths. Today, I owe this remedy to my Rao sir as a tribute, because whenever I found a new remedy, I used to run at his clinic and I used to tell the entire case, the analysis, the evaluation. I remember Syphilinum, I have met him at around 12 o'clock in the midnight at his clinic, and we have discussed Syphilinum for 2 long hours again after that. And it was a blessing to be a part of that conversation, his inputs, his ideas as a person, how to understand the man in the disease. So this is an example. And master, he हा व्हिडिओ फक्त तुमच्यासाठी, दिस इज द व्हिडिओ फॉर मास्टर, बिकॉज दिस रेमेडी, when I found this remedy in my clinic for the first time, he was not there in front of me, because whenever you get a new remedy, understanding of a new remedy, there is a eureka moment, when you feel that this is the crux of the remedy. Why couldn't I found this remedy before? Why I couldn't see this rubric? It is a so easy rubric. Anyone could have prescribed this before. How could we just neglect this wonderful rubric? How could we neglect this wonderful remedy? So this remedy is the remedy called Calendula. Calendula, I had conducted this, so I have shown so many cases in seminars. But today, this is just for as a tribute to my master, Rao sir, and Calendula. Calendula officinalis. No single homeopath will ever say, "Are Calendula, I don't know Calendula." Every single homeopath knows what is Calendula, but there are so many homeopaths, they say, sir, आप सिर्फ mind पे काम करते हैं, you just work upon mind. No, it is not upon mind. It is upon the entire axis of the physical symptoms, the mental generals, the physical generals, concomitants, modalities, everything is considered. We just don't see the mind. So there are so many remedies where the mind section is not, the rubrics are there, the information is there, but we have not explored the remedy with the mind, body, and the soul axis. Today we will explore this wonderful remedy called Calendula officinalis, and we know Calendula as a remedy for lacerations. We know remedy as a wound or non-healing wounds, non-healing lacerations. A small, what Phatak sir has beautifully mentioned, just note it down. These are just for the students. The symptom of calendula or the pain of the calendula patient is not coinciding with the intensity of the wound. Suppose, what does Phatak sir wanted to say is, if the wound is so small but the pain is not in accordance, not proportionate to the wound, it is a small wound but the pain is so much, is calendula. That is what. But we'll understand what exactly sir wanted to say us, what he wanted to mention, what he wanted to express is very important. That I will come to that point. Boric sir has said, a remarkable healing agent applied locally, but it is more wonderfully deep acting remedy, which is not only an application for wounds, it can be applied in so many diseases in the potentized form. I'll come to that. see this, promotes healthy granulations and rapid healing. Okay, catarrhal conditions, constitutional tendency of erysipelas. See what Borik sir is also mentioning. Pain is excessive and out of all proportion to injury. I'll come to that point. Great disposition to take cold, especially in damp weather. Cancer as an intercurrent remedy, I'll come to that point, has remarkable power to produce local exudation and helps to make the acrid discharge healthy and free. I'll come to that point. Calendula. What is a wound? When we utter the word wound, wound is nothing but something which has disturbed the no, the cells. The cell membrane is disturbed, and it requires time to heal. When there is a wound, there is an impact, there is a blow, there is an injury, there is a laceration. Mostly calendula is used in lacerating wounds. Laga, oh my god, this is a wound. But that is not enough. Wound is something which is here. Zakham. Wound is, in Hindi we call it zakham. Zakham कहाँ होती है? दिल पे. दिल पे चोट लगती है ना डॉक्टर साहब, ये वुंड है. Wound is something which disturbs the normal physiological structure. The structure is very balanced of every single individual, but when there is an impact, now see this impact is very important. So this wound disturbs the physiological structure, rupturing the membranes, the pathology, the cell membrane, the walls, this get disturbed. It can be also a wound which is emotional. It can be a major impact on the life of an individual, that, oh my god, don't tell me this. Oh, this is also a wound. This is also an impact. Bad news may be a wound. Elements from bad news, elements from thunderstorm. Now you need to know what is thunderstorm. You need to know what is bad news. Now this bad news may be an impact on one's life. Everything was fine, doctor. Now this is the sentence of Calendula. Mark it very well, doctor. Last 6 years I'm having this palpitations. I'm having this sweating, perspiration. I'm not doing well. My blood pressure is fluctuating since last 6 years. What happened? Before that the BP was normal, and then what exactly went wrong in your life, where the structure of the cell, the structure of the life was smooth, and what was banged on the structure of your emotion level, and everything was disrupted. What happened? I didn't ask this question, but this is for the example for all the viewers, to make you understand how Calendula takes an injury or a bad news. Everything was smooth, and she came to know that the patient's father was diagnosed with cancer. Now, no single person in this world will feel bad about it. Everyone will feel okay, but everyone will be, suffering with the bad news. Are yaar, some may feel fearful, some may feel sorrow, grief, whatever. This Calendula person also suffers from the same grief, sadness. Oh my god, what happened? That impact is in the mind. Now remember this. After that impact, the father was through all those cancer treatments. The father was fine. After the father was fine, after the reports of that same father was normal, the PET scan was normal, but the daughter was not normal. She said, no doctor, still I'm so trembling with fear. I'm trembling with fear. When? The father is okay. I know the father is okay. But now if at all father has a bout of cough like I get terrified. Now understand the link between a bout of a cough from the father's suffering, just a bout of cough, and the reaction of the patient is high. Is it proportionate? The father is coughing, but what the patient is feeling is again that cancer must have come up, or the cancer must have again relapsed. Oh my God, what if? Starting palpitations. Now this is not proportionate. One single bout of cough reminded this patient of Calendula. Oh my God, my father, again there may be a chance of relapse. Oh, getting panic. One cough cannot make you that panic. One diarrhea cannot make you that panic. It was okay. I absolutely agreed that this patient was suffering from cancer, but the reports are normal. Now, still suffering. The daughter who is Calendula. Understand that impact has not healed the wound. Now you know what is Calendula's healing of wound. Calendula is known to heal the wound. Calendula is known to heal the wound, the laceration. It forms the granulation tissue and heals the wound. But when a wound is non-healing, then Calendula comes into play. This non-healing of wound is non-healing of that grief, non-healing of that bad news impact on her emotional level, which is still in their mind, still in her vital force, that oh my God, anything can happen and anything will be, oh my God, this fearfulness. Calendula. Thunderstorms, a small thunderstorm. See, everybody has, but oh my God, that thunderstorm will remind her the entire process of that impact, that wound, that emotional jhatka, the emotional fatka. Oh my God. And this instability remains through and through in Calendula. Unless and until that emotional wound is not resolved, Calendula won't sit or cannot sleep well. Doctors, before my father's that cancer diagnosis of cancer, I was a very well-to-do person. It was very easy for me. But once I heard that news of cancer, since that day till date, I'm still worrying anything can happen to him. So I'm really very much worried. This element from shock, element from grief, element from mental shock. But there are so many remedies from mental elements from mental shock. But one remedy, that is Calendula, which mental shock is being carried in her life for years together, mind it, years together, and that wound is not healed, that jhatka, that impact is not healed, that oh my God. I'll tell you one more. एक केस, एक छोटा सा केस हम लोग देखते हैं. Let us take a case, a man suffering from non-healing ulcers on his left and the right, both foot part. In spite of taking all medicines, it was not healing. So now understand what is the wound. Was zakham. What was this emotional wound? दिल पे क्या चोट लगी थी, ऐसा मैंने उसको पूछा. What he said, no, I don't recollect, but yes, I lost my wife 6 years back and she died of a road accident. So what, isn't it a big huge impact? So write it down. Calendula remedy, whenever there is an impact, the impact is very deep. The impact is really injuring the cells. The impact is really injuring the emotional state of that person. So after injury, so that injury was, what is the injury? The injury was the wife's death in a road accident. It was a blow, I tell you, it was a blow. But after that, he was not ready to walk on the streets for years together. Now this is an impact. There are so many people who suffer from road accidents. Sorry, it's a very hurting thing. It's a very hurting emotion. But how many of the people stop living? How many of the people stop getting out of the homes? How many of the people don't even sit at a. I have seen so many people who drive a bicycle and they fall on the shore. They fell on the streets, but that doesn't mean that they will never ever sit on the bike. But the people who will never ever sit on the bike in their lifetime, please think about calendar, because that wound, that impact, that injury of an accident is not yet healed here. He needs calendula. The same patient who was suffering 64 years, he was not ready to get out for 2 3 years. He was not ready. Then slowly, steadily started walking on the street, but very in a very, oh my God, in a crowded way, the street he couldn't walk. He never allowed to his daughters to get out of the home after 7 o'clock because there is darkness. So don't go there because anyone can dash you. No, this impact of sudden accident, that bad news was here encoded in his heart. That is what we call as a mind, body, and the soul axis. The wound. Wound means it was everything was fine, and one impact, one blow, and the emotional state was lost. And that emotional state, body has a capacity and an efficacy to resolve the impact. Any damn impact may be there on your body. Body has an impact to resolve. But when this impact is lost, when there is no healing of that emotional injury on the person, and this person goes on carrying away these injuries years after year, think of calendula. One, now I'll tell you the doctrine. Now this, you understand this doctrine. What is the PQRS of calendula? For years together, they don't leave that impact. The emotional wound is so bad that they don't tend to forget it. They don't tend to heal it. They don't tend to resolve it. That wound is so raw. The wound is so raw that every now and then, 7 years back, this happened and it may happen right now. Oh my God, oh, this fearful. Calendula is very fearful, just like aconites and stramonium, very fearful. But the PQRS is very interesting. The wound is very interesting. Now let us understand the doctrine. Calendula flower, if you hold it in your hands, the color will not be transmitted on the fingers. But when you crush the flower, crushing is wound, crushing is the impact. If you crush the flower of calendula like this and leave it, the impact of the color of the flower will remain on your hands for days together. Even after washing it with soap, the color impact will not go. That's that non-healing, that what can be said, that impact, वो जो color का impression, the impression gets sealed on that part of their hand. Now this is PQRS. Once it is crushed, once the wound is here, in spite of trying to resolve it, forget it, ignore it, that doesn't go at all. ये कलर देखो, कलर भी वैसा ही है, उसको आप धो नहीं सकते. Hence calendula flower are used for dye, dy, not di. Color dye. Calendula flower are used for coloring, to give dye. What is dye? Dy, yeah? That the color doesn't go. Similarly, the calendula's negative emotions never go. Negative emotions remain for lifetime. Negative emotions get impressed on that person lifetime. That is the wound of calendula. That is what we call as the non-healing wound of calendula. That the emotion, that impact, that injury, that news. Hence, after that blow, when a small incidents happen, still the reaction of the calendula patient is the same. क्या बोलते हैं, ऐसा बोल रहे, वो टाइम ऐसा होता है. अरे ठीक है, अभी तो सिर्फ 26 July 2006, the whole Mumbai was in underwater. Okay, now there is one just thunderstorm and this calendula patient बोला, अरे 2006 Mumbai is in underwater, अभी क्या होगा? Then he becomes panic. Calendula. This is again 2006 Mumbai was underwater. 2006 26 July, if I'm not wrong. चला 20 साल होगा आज, फिर भी कैलेंडुला पेशेंट बोलेगा नहीं 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 डॉक्टर साहब मेरे को डर लगता है, पानी नहीं, अरे ठीक है अभी तक पानी तो बारिश गिरा नहीं, तो क्या कर रहा है? नाउ दिस इज नॉन proportionate pain of the wound. The doctrine of Calendula, it is impressing the color जो जाता नहीं है, धोने के बाद भी नहीं जाता है, वैसा ही वुंड है, छोटा होता है नहीं बड़ा होता है, लेकिन वो दिल से दिमाग से निकलता नहीं है, वो डर हमेशा प्रेजेंटेबल होता है। 1-2 मिनट में लूंगा आपको। I'll just share 2-5 rubrics of Calendula that will make you understand what is Calendula all. Okay, I'll just something will happen. CM fear something horrible, something fear something terrible is going to happen. Frightened easily, frightened trifles at छोटी छोटी बातों पे, morose, restless as night. Okay, starting from fright, as of from fright. Okay, a wonderful rubric is there. That is called delusion, falling from a height, and fear of death, n number of absorbed imagines misfortune. There is single calendula. Elements from bad news, elements from injuries, accidents, mental injuries. See how beautifully it has been mentioned in the repertory. So I always say the materia medica and organon of medicine and repertory should coincide with each other. So I will tell my every single viewer, don't underestimate calendula. It is a wonderful remedy for chronic problems, mostly chronic fears, chronic emotional terrors which he or she is maybe carrying since years together. Before that he knew everything was fine, but after everything was just, my god, lost. It was my, think about that impression, that color जो जाता नहीं है, निकलने की कोशिश करने के बाद भी जाता नहीं है कैलेंडुला का color, that impressive negative emotions which doesn't go from the mind. Please think of calendula, and I will be coming up every single month. Like, share and subscribe to your viewers, to your friends, to your homeopathic friends, to the students, my dear students. I'm trying to make homeopathy more simple. HH is there always. So this 14th May is not just an ordinary day. It is a festival for HHF. It's a festival for hundreds and thousands of homeopaths who understand homeopathy in a more simpler way. And this day is a day to celebrate for the Milind's ideology, that is sharing, team efforts, togetherness, love, considering everyone, the juniors, the seniors, the newcomers, they don't feel strange in HHF, and that is the legacy of our master Dr. Milind sir. So thank you all and love you all.